Well, hello, everybody. I know it's been a while. This is Glenn Zimmerman. I'm coming to you from Oregon. I think the last video I did was back in August. I apologize for the long delay to the next one. Today's October 15th, 2020. We're just a few days away, a few weeks away from the big election, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm not going to go there. But the reason for me not being around for a while is we've had a lot of different things happen here at the house. Uh, Back in August, toward the end of August, wife fell, broke her femur, ended up hospital, surgery to put it back together. Very bad break, just below the hip socket. Uh, and here it is, October 15th. She's still not allowed to put any weight on it, so therefore she can't do any physical therapy. Uh, and of course, we've went through kind of battles or whatever you want to call them with insurance to cover this. Uh, one thing covers it for a while, and then when her status changed, then another thing doesn't cover it. So then I'm on a self-pay, and we're waiting for another insurance thing to kick in to take care of that, and backdated, and on and on and on. So it's been a little trauma going on since that fall. We went through her birthday and our anniversary was the other day, and so we're both 74, and she's we're our anniversary, uh, 53 years we've been together. So we got married after I proposed to her after 4 hours of knowing her, and then we got married about a month or so later. And everybody said, "Well, that's not going to work out." And so after 53 years, we're trying to figure out whether it's going to last or not. Uh, you know, you just never know these days. But I think it's going to last. Anyhow, what I'm coming to you today for is to talk about being ready, being ready to go in case there's an emergency, whether you're a senior or regardless of what you are. Uh, Things happen when you're not expecting them. Uh-oh, what the heck is that? What? Now, evacuate! Evacuate! Get out! Get out! Evacuate! Now, you don't have any time. Get out of here. Go! 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 Get out of here. Get! Go on! Come on! We don't have time for nothing. Get out! You know, that's a little far-fetched, a little dramatic, but it's only been a few weeks ago that in my part of the world, not that many miles from me, that's exactly what was happening. People only had a few minutes to get out of their homes. The fire was coming and barreling down on them, and ended up wiping out their homes and everything else. They didn't have time to pack. They didn't have time to get a U-Haul. They didn't have time to fill a suitcase. All they had time to do was grab whatever they could as they went out the door. That's horrifying. It's extremely horrifying. And knowing nowhere to go, just to get out and get down the road, get down the valley. And when you get down there, you're pulling a parking lot. There's nothing set up because it happens so fast. You may end up spending a night or so in your car until some sort of emergency center is set up. What do you do? What do you do? Maybe you didn't even have time to bring your wallet with your card so you could go through McDonald's. I mean, it's horrifying. And fortunately, it doesn't happen to very many of us, but it could happen, and we should always be prepared. Those folks, it was a fire. Where I'm at, it could be something as simple, and it's not simple, as a gas leak. That hey, they broke a gas main or something, and you got to get out of here because there's a smell of gas and there's a risk of an explosion and fire. So get out, get out. I went through this once before with a grass fire, a place I lived a few years ago. The sheriff showed up, said, "Okay, everybody get out. Go, now, go." The fire was moving towards the houses, and so they wasn't able to get a handle on it, or they thought they might not be able to. So we jumped in the car and went down the road. Luckily, we just went down to my daughter's house. But you never know. You just never know. And maybe you're just going down the road, and all of a sudden there's a major accident. and the last exit you just passed it back, 3 miles, and the traffic's all backed up behind you, and there's no other exit. You can't get across the median. You're stuck there. It's winter, it's summer, it's hot, it's cold, it's raining, it's whatever. Who knows what the weather is? But you're stuck in your car. Uh, can you survive? I mean, obviously you can survive, but how well? How well is the problem? In my car, in the back seat behind my seat, since there's only just the two of us normally, there's a case of water back there. In the trunk, I have this bag. And it sets in this old milk container. They used to carry gallons, jugs of milk, glass jugs, and they'd have them in these wire containers. And you think, well, what do you got that for other than to hold the bag? Well, it serves a lot of purposes. One, it keeps the bag from flying around all over the place. I got a set of jumper cables in the bottom. It just sits there. So it's kind of all condensed. But number two, it can be used as a seat. It can be used as there's plastic bags in here. I could put a plastic bag in there. And if I'm going to be somewhere for a while and I need water, maybe I'm close to a creek or a stream or a river, I can put water in there. Think, well, I'm not going to drink river water. Well, I also have filters in there in the bag, the straw filters, so that if we need to, we have other water. We have quite a bit of stuff in there. Everything from medical to some snack bars to some peanuts to you name it, toilet paper, matches, another way, and also some other devices in there to start fires if we have to keep warm. Emergency blankets are in there. There's a whole list of stuff, and I'll make a video one day of where I just go through what is in my bag. But the point being is, when you should have something either already in the car or something as you go out the door, you can grab it. Down under here, I have an old briefcase, one of those old plastic briefcases. In that briefcase is all of our important papers. All of our important papers are in there, from car titles to Social Security, DD Form 214 from the military, birth certificates, marriage license, all that kind of stuff is in there. And if something comes up and I have to get out of here, all I got to do is reach down and grab it and go out the door. And I have it. So you need to prepare. You need to think about these things. We're not talking about the end of the world, the apocalypse, or anything else coming, which it may, who knows. But what we're talking about is being prepared for those everyday emergencies that just pop up. And maybe not to everybody, but to a few individuals. And you may be one of those individuals. So you want to be prepared along those lines. And it doesn't matter whether you're a senior like myself or you are a average person, a working age person. It doesn't matter. Have stuff in your vehicle. Have stuff at the door or close to it so that you can grab it when you only have a few minutes to get out. That's what I wanted to talk to you about today. In the future, I'll break the bag down and show you what all I have in there. And that's what I have. It's something you can think about. Maybe that's something you want to do. It's an old backpack. I think it was one of my youngest daughter's years and years ago that I salvaged out of the garage. And I used that. And it's been in the trunk of the car now for, 8 or 10 years. And I periodically go through it and something's, I had some crackers in there, which were obviously stale and all crushed up. I threw those away, and I'll replace those. But it's just things you want to put in there to kind of sustain yourself, at least for a day or so. All right? Something to just get you by. And maybe it doesn't even help you, but maybe someone else is in distress where you're at, and you have something to at least help them with or to offer. I can't stress enough in this day and age how you should be prepared for just about anything. I'm not affiliated with any company, so I get nothing back. When I showed you the little stove and all that, I'm not affiliated with them. It's just like right behind me, there's a couple of the 72-hour food packs, breakfast, lunch, dinners. There are 2 of them there. They're going to be going in the trunk. I have other ones also for here, but in case something comes up, I'm also going to have some cooking, something to cook something in, something to heat water in, something I can warm something up in, along with that also. So you just need to think ahead. I know it's very basic, but it's something that we all need to do. We need to prepare. I can't stress that enough in this day and age with so many things going on and the future is being so uncertain. At least prepare a little bit. And maybe some of these things that I'm talking about in the car, maybe you don't have a car. Maybe you're stranded at home where you have to use public transportation or somebody else moving. At least have those things at your house. At least have something so that when, the preppers, the people that are prepared, they call them bug out bags or go bags. This bag I call get home bag, so that eventually we can get home uh, in one piece and not being totally hungry and dehydrated. So that's what wanted to bring you today. We'll talk more about the contents of the bag and some other things in the future. More uses for the wire basket I have there. With that, I want to close today and say thank you, and I will be getting back to you and hopefully get back on a schedule of passing these videos on to you. And again, I'd ask you to subscribe. If you like it, hit the like button, the thumbs up. And if you have some comment, there's a comment section. Please comment, and I will respond to you. Okay? I haven't responded in the past. I haven't had very many comments. But if you would comment, like, and share, let other people know about it, and subscribe, and I appreciate it. With that, I want to say have a good day, and I'll be getting back to you in the future. Thank you.